Perfect.
Okay. Nice.
Wow.
We'll sync it up well enough. Anyway, this is a podcast or something. We're gonna be looking at currently airing stuff that we wanted to talk about but don't want to put in a video. Who's here? Who are all of you? Who wants to introduce themselves first?
Go down the line.
No one.
Everybody's too afraid.
I guess I'll start. I am the legendary Weebtaku overlord,
Yeah.
Evanito, the greatest weeb on planet Earth. I just had a slipper thrown at me, but that's okay.
All right.
All right.
I am the legendary Evanito's stepbrother, Evanit Zero, and I am new to the scene.
All right. Oh, nice.
That's hiding. It's hiding in public.
Who?
That's
Go,
hiding in
What was
Meta,
that?
Meta, introduce yourself. I want to go last.
No, I thought
I'm the
it was
most
you.
important. I'm the most important, so I'll go last.
Okay. I'm already Tracer. A Nerf Bastion.
Ooh.
I hate
Everybody,
That's
it's
that's a
me,
meme.
Meta Hulk.
that. I unironically hate that a lot.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's me, Meta Hulk.
If there's something that we can guarantee here, it's hate as well as unorganized.
Nice. Oh,
It's
and
organized. Welcome to the
podcasts are the
Weebcast.
best.
What is your name, Jack?
What
I'm
is your
Jack. My name is George W. Bush. I run a channel called Jackie's Boy.
My name is Bush Cheney 2004.
Yeah, Bush. Yeah, Dick
my
Cheney's my. Okay.
It's a
I
C2
love-
Towers. You know I'm coming.
Yeah, I love.
Okay.
I love. Yeah.
Alright, so we're on Mal. We're gonna be looking at like the most popular stuff first and going down the line from there. So, what is the most popular thing on Mal right now? It is Goblin Slayer.
Wow.
Everybody had
Yeah.
opinions about the show like
Yeah.
super quick, and now
Yes.
almost no one talks about it, but it's still the most popular. Who wants to go first? Share your experience with Goblin Slayer for us, please.
I guess I'll go first again. So, like, my experience with Goblin Slayer is the fact that Meta Hulk, when I was on the Meta Hulk podcast, youtube.com/MetaHulk.
He's in
when
here. You know
But when I was on his podcast, he spoke about Goblin Slayer, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, like I read the manga, it's like so great, you're gonna love it." And I started watching the show, and I was like, "Well, this is extremely boring." And you know, what was it like? I don't even know how far into it, but
It's probably
then,
the midway
you know,
mark where the thing happens.
the thing happened.
Yeah. Are we not
and,
allowed
like,
to say it? Or
I was like, oh. Well, okay, yeah, you're right. The R word happened.
But
and
you can
yeah,
say it. You're
Red
African
Dead-
American.
Red Dead Redemption. Yeah. I love that.
Red Dead Redemption, yeah.
Red Redemption 2 happened.
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, this is a very edgy show, and ever since I actually enjoy it.
Oh.
Yeah, so how is it now, beyond that first episode? Because I think everybody, to an extent, has heard something about the first episode. But I hear it gets better, because, like, I'm not watching it currently. I've only seen the first episode, and I dropped it for now. Kind of put a taste in my mouth. Didn't like it.
I mean, I've only seen the first 2 episodes, and I can say at episode 2, I liked it even more. But that's only because they introduced the girl who's like, hey, Goblin Slayer checks the fences every single day, and he
Oh.
never misses a day.
Go.
And then, like, 3 minutes later, Goblin Slayer has to go on a 3-day quest and can't check those fences for 3 days.
Oh, man.
Fence
Stakes.
quest. It sounds. It's real
This
stakes.
is
Right
some
there.
high stakes, man. Oh, my God. Has anybody else,
She's
like,
gonna
kept
be
up
dead
with
when
it?
he gets back.
Yeah, I'm keeping up with it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, 'cause
So,
you like him.
how many
right?
episodes is it at now? It's like 4 or
No,
5
I'm
or
just-
something?
I've just found it boring. I'm just like it's pretty decent. I'm just enjoying it. Nothing special. I like
Gotcha.
I'm watching it for the memes.
I get
It's
that.
like-
I get that.
Yeah, it's like the post space Darling in the Franks for me. I'm just in it for the memes.
Okay.
But
That's
like,
fair,
Darling the
that's fair.
Franks look good though.
Yeah, I know.
At least they had that.
Are
But
you implying
I- but-
Goblin Slayer does not?
Goblin Slayer
Goblin
memes
Slayer
are
looks
impressive.
like
man.
looks like I took a shit in a trash can. And then
Yeah,
But
but
no, they
like,
just have
some
like
of-
some
The
soft
trash
filter on it or
can. Yeah.
something.
yeah.
yeah, some scenes are good. Some scenes are well animated. Of Goblin Slayer.
Right.
Well, from
Villains-
the
villains.
11 minutes I watched of episode 1, It looked like shit.
From the 11 minutes I watched.
I made 3 total videos about it.
Well, I mean,
check 'em out.
to be fair. Yeah, Hiding, when's the Goblin Slayer video on your channel? You have to keep
I'm not
up.
making one.
Did you watch it? You watched it though, right?
No, I
No?
don't care about it at all.
Okay, good. We could move
so
on
lucky,
from that.
bro.
Goblin Slayer.
But
abuse and abuse.
I do feel like an issue is just the adaptation with it, if I could say one thing, because like from what I've been hearing about the light novels and the manga, like they definitely
Not the manga.
like
Manga's
well,
much
not the
more edgy. Manga's much more gory and stuff.
well that's not so personally I don't really care about edge or gore as much as it is like
Yeah.
how shallow and how quick it like lays it out there.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of what bothered me about it. It's just like it felt like it was
Yeah.
trying
Just
too
the
hard, too
execution,
fast.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
first 2
Yeah.
episodes are just like extended intro. After like in the 3rd episode, the actual cast is introduced: the elf, the lizardman, and the dwarf.
Okay.
After that, they actually like have proper missions and stuff, go on adventures. And surprisingly, in the 4th episode, they fight a villain who is not a goblin. He's a fucking orc,
Whoa.
and they're like, oh, he's like one of the generals of the
Tomato.
demon army.
Whoa, wait, hold on. You're telling me that
Goblin.
Goblin Slayer
Yeah,
can kill things besides goblins?
Yeah, the most interesting thing was that he's like, hey, he's like a fucking huge ogre, and Goblin Slayer's like, are you a goblin? He's like, no, I'm an ogre. He's like, I don't care then. He was just threatening him to like fucking smash his head, and he's like, you're not goblin, I don't care. And then he just smacks him away. Goblin Slayer, like, he was a flea. Then he's like, oh shit, what the fuck happened? Then Priestess comes like, give me some magic potion and healing potion. And after he's like, oh, this fucker, I need to kill him. Then he kills him.
Well, that is
Excellent.
fantastic.
And
That
like,
sounds so
I'm not going to
sexy.
spoil how he kills him, like, but it is a very interesting method he actually uses. Like, nothing...
Oh.
yeah, it's
Creative.
not something you would just straight out of think like or guess that can happen. It's pretty good. I was a little surprised by how they executed it, like using magic scrolls and stuff. It was pretty unique
Right.
execution of teleportation.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm kind of still letting it air a few more episodes before I give it another
Yeah.
chance. But
Mhm.
but yeah. As for now, feel we're all kind of pretty lukewarm on the thing, right?
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Well,
I have
Hiding
no
doesn't
opinion
know anything.
whatsoever.
Yeah. Hiding is completely out of the loop on it, and I envy him for that.
I'm not out of the loop. I've definitely watched a crap load of videos and stuff for both sides of the
The whole
thing, but I just it just doesn't look like something that really strikes my fancy.
That's
I have no
definitely fair.
issue with people who like it or hate it unless they have a really bad argument, which both sides
Do.
are. They have some bad arguments.
Yeah,
They
no,
have some good
not
arguments.
their whole arguments, but yeah, they
Yeah.
definitely have some
Like, I
on each
mean,
side.
yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, if you like it, whatever. If it doesn't make you do something awful, whatever.
If it
I
doesn't
don't
make
know,
you kill
whatever.
goblins.
Whatever.
That's
whatever.
how I feel.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even lukewarm. I just
Just nothing. Yeah, because you haven't seen it.
yeah. I like the character design for the priestess girl. I guess I have that. That's my only bit of anything.
Mhm.
Right. That's a very valid opinion, though. To be fair, she
Yeah.
has blonde hair. I like
She's
that.
cute.
She's
I like
cute.
her hat.
All right, let's just move on from that. to Sword Art Online.
Alicization.
Alicization? Okay.
Yeah.
Sword Art Online.
Oh, this is the
Okay.
Huevo Cartoons one, right?
Yeah. This
Alice
is the
is Alicization.
48-minute first episode that I literally could not sit through.
Come
so,
on, dude. It was a fantastic and magical first episode. Like, first of all, let me tell you about this. It starts
Alright,
off
do it,
with
do it.
the freaking love interest, Kirito and that other dude, you know, playing
Blonde
together.
Kirito?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Blonde Kirito and,
Yeah,
yeah,
blonde Kirito.
and edgy Kirito were playing together near that tree. There was a girl there too, but they didn't care about her. They were just on top of each other. And then, you know, after that whole bit happened, you know, freaking, you know, Kirito's back in real life and he becomes a philosopher for like 15 minutes. Like, dude, when else do you hear Kirito talking about freaking existential existence? Come on now.
Existential. That's a bit redundant.
Existential
don't you think?
Just like the episode, brother.
Evanito, a totem expert on philosophy
It
and
was a
psychology.
metaphor.
Yes.
It was a
What
metaphor
you
all
talking,
along.
King?
There you go.
No, but like, okay, so I haven't really
was a
watched
great
Sword Art
episode.
Online much at all. It doesn't seem interesting to me at all. But I decided, you know what? I'll give this a chance, even though it's like third season or whatever. I don't. I feel like I know
Typical
enough
urban.
based on videos.
Typical
Yeah,
urban.
we'll get to that. We'll get to that later.
Typical urban. All right.
But I tried to sit there and I'm like, there's just several scenes of sitting or standing around like just talking, and
Yeah,
that's
That's the whole
about.
show.
But
The second season.
the action scenes are.
So.
The show gets interesting when Kirito becomes the Goblin Slayer
No, that's
in
we're
fourth
done with
episode.
That was a good episode.
That was a good
actually.
episode, actually. The fighting scene was
Kirito, the
nice.
Goblin Slayer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard it was good. I didn't
Yeah,
watch
the
any
action
of it.
sequence. The action
I heard it
sequence
was 45
good.
minutes, and I didn't
Yeah,
watch
but
it.
No, the fourth episode.
The first episode's 45 minutes or 48 minutes.
So Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yes, Bunny
Yeah,
Girl
pretty good
Senpai.
I think. I mean, I haven't seen episode 4 yet. I've seen the first 3. I'm planning on binging it a little bit because honestly, like I don't know, like waiting for the 3rd episode after I saw the first 2 was like you know.
Yeah,
so I
pain.
kind of
So
want
you're
to
gonna
watch
give
it
it some
more
time
in
to air.
chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I really liked the first arc. I mean, I don't have a controversial opinion on it. It's like one of the only like good seasonals that have aired this year, to be honest. Other than winter season. Winter season was pretty strong. Spring and summer didn't have anything that really tickled my fancy. There was a few like decent shows, but I mean, whatever. But Bunny Girl, at least the first 3 episodes, totally up my alley. I love the writing. It's very snappy and clever. The animation isn't like it's above par for modern. It's not
Right.
amazing.
It's
It's
serviceable.
not like KyoAni,
it
but
does its job.
It is serviceable. Yeah.
the character designs are really likable. They're just familiar enough to not. They're sort of like there's like the Sukigakure type of character designs, and then there's like the Sword Art Online character designs, to where it's like textbook. This is what an anime character looks like, and like this is an artistic like kind of variation on it. I think Bunny Girl has their designs like right in the middle, so it's like familiar enough that a lot of people really like the appeal and the aesthetic of it, but it's artistic enough and creative enough that there's something there that you can latch onto and be like, okay, well, this isn't just, you know, completely uninspired.
Right.
I like it so far. Also, the jellyfish. Love jellyfish.
That's fair. I definitely like the whole the dialogue that they share. I think that's like the strongest part of the show is the dialogue, honestly.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's a romance that doesn't feel like forced or like annoying to watch.
Yeah.
I generally don't watch romances in anime because they're usually just like pulling teeth, and this doesn't feel like that. It feels really natural and smooth.
Oh yeah.
I don't really have much to say about it because I'm at the same episode as Hiding. I think episode 3.
Okay. Yeah.
But,
No,
but yeah.
the show's pretty good. I really like. It's been such a long time that a rom-com anime actually made me feel like invested in the characters, and not just the like yeah, it's a romance anime. I'll watch it through. They're going to get together. They're going to hold hands, and the show is going to be over. But this show actually like makes me feel like really invested in their relationship, and I have like a video coming on it. So, hey, that's there to look forward to.
Yeah.
I think the weakest
youtube.com/metahope.
part of the show so far has been the Schrodinger's cat metaphor. I'll be honest, that made me
Yeah.
cringe like a lot because I've seen Schrodinger's cat used to death. But I'm not sure if that's just my personal familiarity with it. I mean, it's a good example for what they were going for, I guess. But like, I don't know.
I don't know. I thought it was
feel
kind of
like
shoehorned in there.
having her, having her explain what Schrodinger's cat was to me felt just like I was like,
Schrodinger's
so
cat.
bored. Well, no, I was just bored. Like I've heard it so many times,
Right,
but
right.
that could just be my personal experience. Not necessarily a criticism, but it is
No,
something.
It might also be like just anime having like a tendency to just explain a lot through like explain a lot of the plot through dialogue.
I
and
have a
whatnot.
cat. I have a poison. Schrodinger's cat.
That's the
No.
best.
It's been
That-
2 years.
That meme needs to stay dead.
Done.
That was yucky, bro.
No.
I think my take on the show is that like going into it, I knew it just had like the weak like Schrodinger's cat reference, and I was like, okay, well, you know, that's fine by me. But like I agree with Metahook where like the romance is just it's just good enough for me to like latch
It's really
onto.
natural. It like
And it feels it feels natural, but the thing that I don't like is that like now it's being sidelined for like potential other love interest or whatever. And I know the main character's not into them or anything
Yeah.
like that,
fuck.
but like
No.
yeah,
it's been so like no, he's not into her like.
yeah,
it's
he's
just
not into
plain
them,
simple.
but like
yeah.
yeah.
And it's been
But
so
it's
long
just
that
like,
a show, it's been so long, like, since the show made me feel giddy, like, watching it. Like, oh my god, he's so cute. Oh my god.
No, that's actually a perfect way to
hold
describe
hands.
it.
Yeah, oh my god.
That's a perfect
let's
way
go.
to describe it.
Yeah.
All right, Jack, how do you feel about it, Jack? I know you
Bunny
have a
Girl,
lot to say.
Not Bunny Girl. I don't really like. Here's what I'll give a show. The Bunny Girl is really hot. I wish she wore the Bunny Girl outfit the whole time. I think I'm gonna give it a rewatch though. Me and Urban were watching it originally.
We're kind of
and,
memeing on it.
We were
too hard.
basically memeing on it, and then I was like, okay, the dialogue's boring. But then I was barely paying attention to it, so I feel like I saw a couple of shows this season. So,
Dude, Jack, you're the most
mixed.
valued voice here. I
Mixed.
love you.
Mixed feelings. I might give the first episode a rewatch. I watched some of the
I'd
second
recommend it.
episode, and I was like, yeah.
I'd recommend it. Try not to like distract yourself with
Try
all the
not to.
issues it may or may not have.
Nah. I might give it a
The-
watch. Not sure.
Well, there aren't any to begin with. Like, there are some, but not many.
Like they're just like little
Yeah.
distractions, I guess. Especially if you don't know like what it's going into, but it's not really a big deal. I feel like you could say that about any anime.
I like
Um,
the CG in the opening. That was cool. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I really like
we
the opening
ragged on
song.
that too hard.
It's pretty nice. It's really
Ooh,
energetic. The opening.
I couldn't remember. The Zombieland Saga one's better.
It's
No,
Get to Zombieland
this
soon,
one's
don't worry.
obviously fun.
yeah.
I just remember the ending to Zombieland Saga's one.
Yeah, I think I like both of those. But we're not talking about Zombieland Saga because the next most popular thing is
Oh,
this
shit.
slime anime.
I thought it was
I'm sure.
Zombieland Saga. I was trying to
Chitara,
segue.
slime,
I was trying to
No,
segue.
I'm looking off the mal, so it may be
When
different
you,
elsewhere.
when you
But
screw up the segue.
Yeah, look on mouth.
Fuck.
Segway. You need
Here,
to buy a
hold on,
new
let me get
Segway,
this.
Urban.
Oh, it's a slime show. Okay.
Yeah.
just drop that there if anyone needs it.
Slime.
But
If anybody doesn't want to mess up again.
Yeah.
yeah, guys.
Wink, wink. Nudge,
keep
nudge.
it tight.
Jack, jack.
Yeah, I haven't watched this. I have no opinion.
Oh.
Sorry. Who has watched?
So the slime,
anime?
the slime anime, I only watched, what was it, episode 3 the other day, I guess, with the one with the goblin.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Goblins!
There's a
God
lot of
damn it.
goblins this season. Hey, I was,
What the fuck's with the goblins?
I can, oh man. So like, here's the thing, like, freaking Goblin Slayer makes you wanna, fucking kill the goblins. Sword Art Online makes you want to fucking kill Kirito and hope he gets killed by the goblins. And in the slime
And
anime,
Goblin Show makes you want to fuck the goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god.
Is that
There
true?
you go.
Yes.
It's true, man. I want to.
Like,
Maybe
those
I'll
are some
give it a
thick,
rewatch.
thick goblins.
It's a very nice
This-
goblin.
It's all.
I
Yeah.
watched like 2 minutes of this show, and then I was like, oh, he got stabbed.
No,
and I
but
laughed
aside
at
from
him.
that though, I will say there was a video I watched recently. I forgot by who, but like, oh, actually no, I do remember by who. It was by Man Mode, and I agree with his opinion that like this show is pretty much a generic isekai, and everyone
Yeah.
that praises it, I think, is absolutely wrong because it's not any different from any of the others. It's like, oh yeah, he has this freaking like I don't know game person in his head or whatever that's telling
It's
him all
called
his movesets and shit.
Sage.
Is
Yeah.
His name's
gamer in his head?
Sage.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
true.
gamer.
Every single time an
gamer?
isekai comes out that isn't bad, people will be like, "It's
Whoa,
so
it's different.
different.
It's a
It's such an
subversion."
original isekai." No, every single isekai has some weird, quirky premise.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just admit you like isekai,
Nice.
but you
That's
only
valid.
like good isekai.
Yeah, exactly.
The art in this show looks pretty good. I
It
was
has
very-
been consistent.
It was pretty good from the 2 minutes I saw, and then I stopped.
Yeah. Before he became the slime.
Yeah, and then I heard the slime's voice, and I was like, maybe I don't want to watch it.
This is a seasonal podcast.
I mean, something like that. The next one's not going to be on seasonal anime. The next one's going to be about something else.
The next
What?
one's utter garbage.
The next
What do
one's
you
gonna be just
mean,
trash.
Tokyo
Fucking
Ghoul?
hot piece of flaming shit, dumpster fire, crap, and all of the words that I can find.
So we're talking about Tokyo Ghoul, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, Tokyo Ghoul. Second
is-
season for Re.
Segue.
Nice segue. We're already in the topic though.
I watched the first season of Tokyo Ghoul, and I thought it was complete garbage back when everyone was like, oh my god, it's so good. And I was like, no, this show is trash. And
Are
they
we
were
talking
like, no,
Re
no,
or
no.
the original Tokyo Ghoul?
The
by the way?
original Tokyo Ghoul, I'm getting to that.
okay.
But the original Tokyo Ghoul, everyone was like, oh my god, it's so good. And I'm like, no, this show is like utter garbage. Like, it's so trashy. And then I freaking, got talked into watching the second season. And I was like, okay, now it's actually good because I guess the
What?
second season wasn't. The second season
never
wasn't
heard that
based on
opinion.
the manga or
Never heard
whatever.
that opinion.
And like, it's so good to me because
I've never
like,
heard such wrong opinion ever before in my life.
Here's
I've
the
never
thing.
heard that
I don't know what it
opinion,
was.
ever.
Maybe the
Yeah.
manga is just garbage because that
The
second
manga's
season
good.
that wasn't
Manga's
based on
better,
anything
man. Oh my
was
God.
absolutely great.
I read
No.
the manga.
No.
I read
No.
like 30-page chapters.
And here's the
Pretty
thing.
good.
I started watching season 1 of and I was like, okay, let me get back into it. And they're like, yeah, it goes back to being based on the manga or whatever. I was like, cool. I start watching it.
You
It's
know-
utter garbage.
you know
so
why-
in terms
why
of
it's
season
bad?
2, I
know, the-
haven't watched it and I won't because God, this
You
show is
know,
awful.
you know what the reason it's bad when it's adapting the manga is because they cram like 10 to 12 chapters in a single episode. That's why.
Well,
It's
they,
genius.
they just shouldn't adapt the show at
Efficiency.
all then.
It's like shoveling a lot of food in your mouth. at
Yeah,
once,
it's like they shove just like it was around 20 chapters that they like just compressed down in the last 4th episode.
See, everyone's like, oh, Tokyo Ghoul season 1 had a good ending because he's getting tortured. That was not a good ending. He was just being tortured. Season 2, where he's freaking walking towards his, like, impending doom. Now, that's a good ending. That was just so cinematic.
Oh God, this
It was great.
Evan,
Yeah,
it's been so
Tokyo
long.
Jewel. Tokyo Jewel. I like that
Evan,
show.
Evan had a lot to say. I
I'm
appreciate
sorry.
it.
I
Meta,
apologize.
I hate it.
I
right?
want this. I want you guys to give me this.
I'll give you this,
Or
Urban.
have you not watched Tokyo Ghoul?
To give you what? I've only heard negative things about season 2, even
Of,
from people
Re?
who like the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks
Okay.
apparently.
So, yeah,
Raise
I
his
haven't
hand.
watched it either.
Second person who likes the show. Yes, it's flaming hot garbage. Like
So have you been keeping up with Re?
yeah, I've finished the manga when it was publishing. Like I was.
No,
keeping up with
I
it,
meant the
like-
anime adaptation.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
not the manga
yeah.
itself.
I'm keeping it up. Like I just watch it when I'm taking a dump. I'm like, oh, my dump looks much better than this.
Perfect.
All right, that's a
better
good
watch my
segue into
He's not wrong.
Fairy
Yeah.
Tale.
Better shit.
Oh
which
my
I
God.
also haven't watched.
Best
Yucky.
show
The
of
best
the
segue.
season.
The
Good
definitive
segue.
least well-written shonen.
Best
Hmm.
shonen ever.
The definitively least written
Titties.
shonen of all time.
It's least
Fight
written,
me.
yeah. What'd
Fight
you say,
me.
Evan?
Character
What did
designer
you-
can
Evan,
only
what did
draw
you say?
the
Lucy's
stereotypical
tits.
lolly and big-breasted girl.
Okay.
And none of them have
Yes.
any agency.
Here's the thing.
Lucy's tits.
That's fine.
Erza's
Fairy Tale.
tits.
Fairy Tale's not a great show. I
Juvia's
get that.
tits.
But
Meta. Let him
Tits.
talk.
let me speak, damn it.
Okay.
I need to destroy
I
Fairy
get,
Tail, so-
I get it. Fairy Tale's not a great show. I understand that. However, it's gonna always be a great show to me because of the music. Like
They'll play one track, Evan.
that's fine. That one track carries the show.
I watched
Bruh,
the
it's-
first and second
it's-
season, read all the manga. It fucking sucks. I hate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that you're singing it.
Hell yeah, brother.
I sang it to the song because I've
If
heard
you
it a
could just
billion times.
add-
I played every
if
single
you-
episode. It's like
If
One
you could
Piece.
just add the soundtrack to the show when I'm talking about it, that would be great though. Like it's just
Oh.
like,
Alright.
Yeah,
add the
can we
one
do that in
song.
editing?
Jack, provide the song as Evan sings the praises of Fairy Tale.
It's so good. That
I
one
can't
song
think-
carries the show.
Yeah, but like I feel like most other shonen that like are worth talking about have multiple tracks that are just as good, if not better.
here, no.
No,
Yes.
you know,
No.
there's a shonen in this very season which is like 100 times better than Fairy Tail.
That's great.
Look, man, we're not there yet, okay? And just so you understand why I understand or why I think that Fairy Tail is so good, it's not just the music. It's also the fact that like Natsu is like a great character. Like, hey, hold on.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay,
Right?
let him go.
He's
Let
like
him go.
the perfect man child of like if if Luffy, Goku, and freaking Yugi had a baby.
But you already
What?
like Black Clover, so why do you need this?
I don't like Black Clover. Who said I like Black Clover?
What?
Right?
I thought you've continuously said that
No,
you're
RTO.
still watching it and you enjoy it.
RTO watches Black Clover still.
Consider that I tell you this because I would inform you about the origin of the slander. When I heard this reply, I asked myself, whatever does the good God mean? What is his riddle? I am very conscious. I am not wise at all. Well then, why does he mean by saying that I am the wisest? For surely he does not lie. It is not legitimate for him to do so.
Natsu sucks. Sorry, Evan.
Zombieland Saga.
Yes, good show.
Can
Okay, I
Evan,
actually did
I
watch
can-
this.
Yes.
If anyone else wants to talk before I do, you should
Evan.
do that real quick.
It's
Fairy
funny.
Tail has a higher rating than it, and
Go
that's
ahead,
all that
Urban.
matters.
What? Fairy Tail has a higher rating than it?
No,
Yeah.
it has like a really dedicated.
Well, that's
fan
because
base.
it's
Well,
like
fan base,
season
fan base,
500
popular.
of Fairy Tail.
Yeah, it's
So on
popularity.
Mal, it's only like the only people who are even putting it on there are people who are already fans of the show.
That's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Evan,
It's like
Evan, have
Gintama
you-
season 85 is gonna only be
It's true.
the people who've watched seasons 1 through 84.
You
Gintama
hate
is
shonens. Your
good.
opinion doesn't matter.
No, he
What?
doesn't
I don't hate
shonen.
shonen. What are you talking about? I
Your
love
voice
Yu Yu
doesn't
Hakusho.
matter.
I love Hunter x Hunter. I love Full Metal Alchemist. I'm
Yes,
like, what?
those are the cream of the shonen genre.
It's true. It's the cream of the
Yummy.
crop. Evan, have you read the Fairy Tail manga?
Anyways,
I
Urban,
have.
you
I
wanted
know
to
how
talk
it
about
ends.
Zombieland
How'd you
Saga?
like the ending?
Oh,
How-
the ending
how-
of Fairy
how-
Tail is
how
hot
the-
garbage.
the-
No,
the-
Fairy Tail
so
hasn't
great.
ended yet. The manga's still going on. The 1,000-year quest.
You think
Oh
I'm
my
reading that
God,
meta?
bro.
You think I'm reading that meta?
Zombieland Saga, guys.
I love it.
Yeah,
Zombieland
Urban.
Saga is
About that,
really
Evan.
funny. It's funny.
Urban, talk.
Urban.
I was trying to get someone else to before I did, but
No, do it.
Okay, cool. Zombieland Saga is great because many reasons. It is quick, snappy, funny. It's just very well paced. It's weird. It's stylish. It's like fun.
It makes me want to fuck a zombie.
Yes.
After
That's the part of
Sankaria.
it.
Hmm.
I feel like it's really hard to sell this to somebody if they aren't already watching it at this point, because like how the show appears to be is exactly what you're going to get out of it, but that's exactly what I want. I think episode 5 was the funniest it's been so far, competing with episode 1, which is a really good strong start. Probably has the best first episode of the season,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Have you seen Honda-san?
Oh, yeah, oh my god. Probably
Almost
the
like that
best.
too.
We'll talk
He said
about that later.
probably.
Who else has something to say about Zombieland though?
The OP, bro. The OP.
Yes!
Yes, the OP.
It makes me erect.
You hear that sound? That's me to the OP.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
The
Yeah, I
AD's
like
nice, too.
I like the character designs. They're all really I don't know. They're really memorable, I guess.
I like distinct too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't just be like, yep, that sure is a zombie. Ha 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 ha. You know, it's they have enough like personal kind of flavor to them that they I think I'll remember them like years from now. If I see like the character design, I'll be like, oh yeah, Zombieland Saga, easy.
Well,
Where,
they
you know,
also
with a
like
lot
throw
of characters-
bandages and stuff on there. There's like the one girl
Yeah.
that has her
Yeah.
heart popping out. Like they have like a lot of creative ways to make them stand out.
Yeah. Well, I was meaning like if I saw the design from like the Pop Idol versions of them that aren't like
Uh-huh.
zombified, like easily I'd be able to be like, oh yeah, like years from now, I'm sure I could be like, oh yeah.
memorable character designs.
But with a lot of shows, you know, you're just like, oh crap, it's a light novel guy with a shaggy hair, number 563. What
But
is he?
It has, yeah. light
And I can really tell the difference between these really easy. Or like, I don't know, a lot of other idol shows even, you know, they have so many in their roster.
Like that
There's
A1
so many in
aesthetic.
the other roster, and they look.
Pretty
I mean, they all
similar.
have their unique designs and stuff, but the art style is very similar. Like, unless I was a huge fan, there's no way I could keep any of them straight.
Mm-hmm.
But with
Fair,
Zombieland, very easy.
Yeah, like
Very epic, yeah.
it's the show is probably like in top 5 for me because of like it has best guy ever in it, voiced
Ooh,
by
he's
Hyo
awesome.
Yes.
Kiyoma.
How did I not mention him already?
Yeah, like
Great.
I love that guy.
Bakana kimi tachi wa idol desu ne.
Oh my god.
And,
He's like having so much fun doing that.
Yeah.
role.
Oh my
You can just
god,
tell.
he's loving it.
The
He's
voice
loving
acting's great. I love
it. Yeah.
that.
Most recent episode, he does like this like French accent. It's like
Bonjour,
so over the top and
monsieur.
creepy. He's like, oh, merci.
Messy.
Black cherry. Yummy.
Evan, did you
These
say anything
zombie
about this already or
idols.
no?
I haven't said anything.
Oh, wait a second,
like-
Evan, wait a second. Let me just
okay.
want to get this out of the way. These zombie idols sure are hot. Rotting pussy, yay. Okay, Evan, you can go.
Yikes. Why is everything you say I hate?
Does Evan have anything to compliment or add to
I,
rotting pussy?
I like how they killed the girl in the first 3 minutes.
Yes.
Spoilers. That was great though.
Somebody once
Spoilers for
told
the
me.
first
Unfortunately, it's been like spoiled for everyone. That's like the only clip from the show anybody shows.
Spoilers are, it's great.
The main
That
character
was
dies.
The main character's the truck.
That was like the best moment from the entire season, I think. That was really funny.
This- Start playing heavy, hardcore music.
I think
Hardcore
it
rock
also
music.
like kind of establishes like the kind of comedy the show like is really good at. It's very like quick slapstick, like very like it sets something up and it gives you what you're not expecting, but at the same time it's still like satisfying. You know what I mean?
Makes sense.
Like, like legendary Yamada Tai.
It like actually keeps me interested. I don't have to be like
Yes.
reading the freaking conversation between two characters sitting at a table for 15 minutes wondering when the hell the episode's going to end. This episode's like, oh, it's over before it started. It's like, I was entertained the whole time. Didn't even realize that 20 minutes went by. It's great.
Hell yeah. All right, and to stop me from singing the praise of it forever, let's move on. The next one is Uzuko Sekai no Ashite Kara Ashita Kara. I can't say it.
Yes.
I don't know what the English
Yurozuku
is.
Sekai no ashita kara.
Cool.
There we go.
I overdid it a
World-
little bit for the meme.
world in color or
Weeaboo in
whatever.
public.
I think it's that one, right? What else?
Yes, it is. It is that one.
Okay. I haven't seen it, but it looks fucking gorgeous, so I need to look at it sometime.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful looking show. It's also like it's not great,
It's
but
pretty. It has been pretty
it's a
boring.
nice watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a nice watch, but it's
Evanito
not
now.
over the
It's
top.
not great. Evanito 5 minutes ago. Fairy Tail is the best show.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a fact, but like this-
No hiding.
Sword Art Online is a better shonen than Fairy Tail.
you can
No,
just
I'll disagree with that. I
please
dislike.
disinvite him from this podcast.
Don't talk about storyline fairy tale. For fuck's sake.
Okay. Heroes.
All right, who has watched the Color Girl or Color
Color Girl.
Girl thing?
Yeah. Like.
The color
Haven't
show.
seen it.
The Color Show.
I have a really nice, interesting take. Not interesting, everybody's saying it. That the character designs, they have like this white shine on their nose. Like, it makes their face look really oily. And whenever I look at those characters, my face I really feel very uncomfortable. Like, I start touching my face, I'm like, oh my god, I feel so oily after watching this. I have to take like 5 face wash rounds, like every time I see that character. It makes my face feel so oily after like looking at their face. Like the white shine on their nose, it's really uncomfortable. I like the character designs; they're really cute. It's just that white shine; it's really uncomfortable. The characters are really
Look,
bouncy
man,
looking.
she's colorblind. Leave her alone.
What the? I'm
She's
not talking
already
about her.
freaking
I'm
disabled.
No,
talking.
the rest of
I'm
the
talking-
characters.
She's
too.
disabled.
Yeah, I'm
what are
talking
you
about-
saying?
Jeez.
I'm talking about the rest of the cast, like her grandmother.
They're also disabled.
Oh my
Damn
god,
it.
so
Now we
everybody is
can't
disabled.
criticize it.
with life.
You can't say anything. You can't.
Jack, did you watch this at all or no?
No.
It's pretty good.
Hiding, you didn't see this either, did you?
Nah, I'm
It
planning
looks
on
nice.
it,
Alright,
Man mode.
You'll
I'm
like
busy.
it, hiding.
It looks nice.
but I probably will.
So let's move on to JoJo's. The other shit I'm really happy about this season, actually.
Freaking you!
Can we address the elephant in the
Oh my
room,
God.
Urban?
Yes, go ahead.
By all means, go
Fighting
ahead.
gold.
Jack.
It.
So JoJo's pretty good this season, but this guy Urban the Myth is watching it without having seen any other parts of JoJo.
Oh yes,
He's a truly
Urban. How dare
he's a
you?
truly incredible man.
Hey, I'm loving this.
That's good.
Oh, you seriously? Yes. Did you get the reference when they say he's like just the other JoJos? Did you understand what did he mean by that? The other JoJos, Urban.
It's
The
a pretty
other
tight- it's a pretty
JoJos.
tough reference to
The
get.
Jonathan. The Jonathan. The Joseph. The Jotaro.
You know, Ju-
The Higashi Kata Josuke.
Did you get it?
I don't know. They all seem like the same character.
Oh,
to me.
Evan, have you? You know what?
Oh
Shut
my
up,
god.
Natsu
Evan.
lover.
That's all opinions
Bop,
tonight.
bop,
Go to
bop,
sleep,
bop, bop.
Natsu. Go to sleep.
Go grab Lucy's tits, Evan.
Giorno's already a better
Whoa.
character in 4
Whoa, whoa,
episodes.
whoa.
But
All right, what can we say
Yeah.
about JoJo's and not Fairy Tail for like the fourth fucking time?
Fairy Tail is bad, but I don't want to. Yeah, okay. JoJo's great. Yeah. That's
Moving on.
good.
No.
the opening is fucking
No,
great.
Yeah.
I like the new stand, the weird shadow one from episode 3.
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath, yeah. Or I like
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath.
It's my accent,
Yeah,
okay.
it's alright. It's alright, man.
No, I don't know what they refer to it as. I thought that was maybe.
No,
what
It's
they
the
called it.
band. It's the band. you
Yeah,
know.
because
I know Black
they
Sabbath,
changed the
but-
names
Yeah.
because copyright issues.
Okay.
So it's it's pretty bad. Like they call Bruno Stan like Zipper Man when it's like fuck, what's his original?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but no, you can still
Yeah,
hear
it's
it
so
say the
funny,
actual
yeah.
name. But then Crunchyroll subs
It's
changed
so bad. It's so bad.
What a meme.
That's pretty good,
It's a good
actually.
part of it.
Goal the experience.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude, I'm loving this shit so far. The recent episode, he drank a cup of pee and
Yeah.
turned into a jellyfish.
It's
No,
already
but
heard
he
about that.
drank a
so-
cup of
Let
pee.
let me just spoil everything for you because I've read the manga.
Why are you Urban, why are
I-
you the one spoiling people? You haven't seen any of the previous parts.
Yeah, I think this season of JoJo's is pretty good. Not having seen any JoJo's except the first one,
What?
including this one, I haven't seen.
Urban?
Why'd you watch the
Sorry, I
first
mean
one?
Evan.
How did
I can't differentiate between both of you.
See, here's the thing. Like, this season looks interesting. Like, I don't even know what a stand is, brother. Like, I remember watching the first season of JoJo and there were vampires or something. Like,
Yeah, they didn't
what is
introduce
this
stands
new
until, like-
nonsense
They
with
introduced it
stands?
in-
and
It's
that?
introduced
in
in the
part
third,
What-
like, in the
what
second season, Evan.
In part
What
3,
are you
they
doing?
They introduce
Yeah.
it and they're like, yeah, they're manifestation of your fighting spirit, and then they fight, and then
Yeah.
they're cool.
With your spirit.
The fights have been like really fucking interesting so far. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
You haven't
Really,
seen the fight
dynamic and
between.
creative.
The fourth part has better fights.
That's true.
I'm sure it does. That's why I will check those out when I have more free time.
Have
But
more
right
free
now, I
time,
get to watch.
Urban.
I get to watch a new JoJo's as it's airing, and it's nice.
Okay, let's not spoil fun for you. There's another JoJo fan here now, so that's good.
Yes.
That's what matters.
JoJo. It's good. JoJo's is good.
You're no
Anyone
different
else
from.
have something to say
Yeah.
about this particular JoJo
Uh,
this
Yeah,
season?
Giorno, he
He's pretty
seemed
hot.
really bland in the. He seemed pretty bland in the manga, but he's actually pretty good in the
actually,
anime
I was surprised
because I
how
think the
much
voice
I
acting.
like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I thought he was probably the worst JoJo for me, but after watching him in the anime, he seems much better as a character.
He's, like,
once
growing
they
on
put a
you.
voice.
He's already like
Yeah.
third best
Wait,
JoJo.
wait, hold on. So
Yeah.
they don't. Okay, why do they have a new JoJo every single time?
It's
Like,
generational.
It's like,
it's a generational
yeah,
thing, Evan. It goes down.
Yeah, he's the son of the first JoJo, technically.
So the one that was like trying to get that girl pregnant.
No,
and,
the
like,
vampire one.
frickin-
He's the
yeah,
son
that
of
he
the
was trying to
vampire.
get that girl pregnant.
Which girl pregnant? No JoJo ever like made any advances on anyone.
What are you talking
Yes,
about?
he
Jonathan.
did. He
Jonathan
really
impregnated
Oh.
liked that girl.
Arena. Yeah.
No, yeah, I know that, but like he was trying to get it pregnant. That's not a way to go about it.
That is the way to. If he did it, that
He
means
was
he
married
was trying
to her, bro. He was
begin
married
with.
to her, bro. Then she got
Yeah.
her pregnant. She didn't just
No.
make her. She was, I want to impregnate this
okay.
random woman. She, he's a gentleman, and that's why he's like the worst JoJo because he's boring as
Yeah.
fuck. Okay, moving on. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
he's.
JoJo.
Yeah.
Hiding. Have you watched JoJo at all or not?
I've seen I've started watching part 1.
Yes,
Okay.
Like
So
a
you don't know
gentleman.
what's going on in part 5 yet. Okay.
No.
Good job hiding.
Well, with
I don't want to
that,
spoil myself. I'll catch up eventually.
that's fair. I respect it.
I'm eating myself a nice little
Ah.
sucker. You know?
Is anybody watching the next thing up here, which is like
Certain
the
match
certain
rules.
match
Index.
next?
No.
Yes.
I need to.
Yeah.
I really
Don't
need
care.
to because I loved season 2, and I'm not done with season 2 yet.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
know
so good
about
so far.
Index is that the main character punches things just like Saitama, and there's Accelerator who people
Yeah.
say can beat Saitama. I'm like, oh, are you drunk or some shit?
Never seen any of
That's
those.
it.
He doesn't really punch things. His magical power is that he stops other people's
Oh,
magic.
spoiler much, Evan.
What the fuck, Evan? Why
Oh,
did you
well,
spoil
okay.
it?
Well, that's what makes him a really good character.
Yeah,
He's like a
just like
better
Black
version of
Clover's main
freaking
character.
Asta.
Yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like we're talking about Black Clover again.
Black Clover again, third 3. Black Clover 3 is the sequel. Okay. Is it good, Evan? Did you watch it?
Oh, I mean, I
Yeah,
haven't
He hasn't watched it
has-
yet. He's
but,
only
like,
watched season 2.
Oh.
It has a
It
pretty
sounds
dedicated
wonderful.
fan base.
Did you watch it,
So,
Meta?
yeah, it should be good. No, I watched first 3 episodes of the first season. That's it.
I don't know if.
Okay. So we don't have much to say
Yeah,
about this one.
it
at all.
sucks.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sucks. All right.
What about the Juliet show? Because that's the next
Oh,
one.
I'm watching it.
What is this?
Anybody
I
else?
actually haven't seen that. What is this?
Oh, okay. It's like
Romeo and
a
Juliet?
romance anime, like your old school style rom-com in which like
It's like
they are,
literally
like-
based on Romeo
Is
and
it
Juliet,
Yuri?
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Romeo
It's
and
not
Juliet?
based on that. It has a dynamic like that. There are two
Oh, okay,
divisions: the black cats and the white cats and the black dogs.
Wow.
They're
It's
basically
based on
two-
Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah,
It is based on Romeo and Juliet.
yeah. It is like that. It's like just taking the concept. It's not straight up like Romeo. It's like school version of Romeo and Juliet instead of like having kingdoms.
Yeah, no, it's not school
like
play, but it's,
different-
it's definitely based
Yeah.
off like the source.
different houses. Like in Harry Potter, you have 4 houses. They have 2 houses: the white cats and the black dogs.
Okay.
So
But
they have like
In Romeo
a
and Juliet,
rivalry
they
kind of
have
thing.
2.
Yeah.
They have
those are
two
the 2
things,
things
too.
in Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, like the kingdoms.
It's just Romeo and Juliet in a modernized school setting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Romeo
How
X
is it?
Juliet was the
How
best
is it?
Romeo and
Yeah,
Juliet story.
it's fun if you like generic rom-com. Like it's like so generic
Really
that it's
sold me on
refreshing.
this. You really
It's
sold me
so
on this.
it's so generic
have,
that
have you ever seen Romeo X Juliet?
no, it's
What is
completely
that?
different from
You
that.
ever seen Romeo and Juliet?
Oh shit! Just bringing out the real ones.
Which one? The one with
Romeo
Leonardo
X Juliet.
DiCaprio?
It's not better than Romeo X
Leonardo
Juliet.
DiCaprio, that one? The one with the guns?
Yeah, it's
Romeo and Juliet.
written by Stephen King.
Ah,
Oh my god.
okay.
All right, pony boy.
I like
Alright,
Poon
let's move
Poon.
on. We got a Yuri show, I believe. The Yagate Kimi ni Naru.
Blooming into you. Just say the English name,
This is
Irvin,
one of the
please.
best.
I don't have them
It's a-
here.
it's-
I have.
It's a good it's a good
Ba,
show.
ba, ba.
It's a good show. I like the first.
Yeah, it's
the
a good
first.
show.
I've been keeping up with this one.
Finally, a Yuri show that I'm watching. A single Yuri that isn't rapey.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Compared to,
finally.
like,
You're
Citrus,
selling it to
Finally.
me already.
It's actually pretty good. Like the visual.
Yeah.
I actually haven't seen any of it. I was
Troika
just
is making
fucking around. I don't want to watch
Okay.
this. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Like, tro-
Talk meta.
I have nothing to say
it's
on this
just
show.
like, yeah, Troika is making it, and they're pretty well known for their animation department. Like you have seen Recreators and
I watched one episode.
Aldnoah Zero, like extension of your or a separate studio from Ufotable, made by what was the guy's name? I'm
Fate Stay
blanking
Night.
on it. So yeah, Genu Robochi dude,
Yeah.
and some directors. Aoki, right? Not the DJ, the director, the Japanese one. So yeah, it's a pretty good Yuri show. The main character is pretty interesting. Like, if hiding, I'm pretty sure that you'll like it. How?
Pretty sure I'll like it.
Yeah, you'll probably like it because the main character has like this kind of mentality that she doesn't kind of understand love, but like she's like. There's first time the blackhead girl. It's like the first time for her to fall in love with somebody.
Blackheads?
Like,
Trying
Yeah.
to say something about me?
Oh.
saying, like,
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I'm saying
Yeah,
that
hiding
you'll
as a
probably like
robot.
it hiding.
He's saying that you suck. So get wrecked.
I might.
Moving
Good
on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
it's
got-
Stop Gridman!
Gridman! I love Gridman.
Yeah, I'm so mixed on
It
this.
sucks.
Yeah,
Rika, stop!
The other girl-
Akane is
Isn't
hotter.
the other girl hotter? I think she's hotter.
Yeah, she's
she
hotter.
is.
I don't
She is actually.
The yeah.
She is hotter.
This show sucks. Sorry, Trigger.
No.
Snore.
I don't want to say it sucks, but yeah, I'm definitely mixed on it, man. It's
I
like
don't know.
very.
I mean, I don't like
very-
the CG, but I understand why.
Yeah.
I think my only issue with it so far is just it's like
It's really weird, man.
It's got this pacing that doesn't like grab my interest, you know, which that just might speak to me more than the material itself. But
I'll probably
like I'm just really not getting sucked into the world, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you don't like the show, you're probably a narcissist, you know.
fuck.
That's
God
my
damn it. I think I want to finish it.
you know, I kind of liked some of the like slower scenes whenever I was watching it. Like wherever she was taking him home for the first time and stuff, and it was like kind of quiet and just very atmospheric and stuff. I legitimately get like kind of like Fooly Cooly vibes for that part, like the original Fooly Cooly. Like the down scenes, like those scenes where like they're sitting by the creek and there's like nothing. It's just the creek going.
It's really
a similar kind of vibe. I think that's when the show's at its best. I'm not really super. I mean, I think the character interactions aren't bad. But they aren't like anything phenomenal or super noteworthy for me. And then I'm not like a huge fan of just like, you know, big mech fights, especially not if they're CG.
Right.
But like,
well,
I
and
don't
apparently
know.
they're done that way to like mimic people in suits or something.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like, I understand why they did it. It's still just not really up my alley too much.
Right.
I'm
not
hoping
a
it
big
goes
fan of,
somewhere
like,
interesting.
the whole, like,
there's like
amnesia
a
thing.
there's like a box cutter knife in the that quickly flashes in the intro. So I'm assuming that that's gonna take to some sort of.
The box cutter knife is like the thing she uses to craft the kaijus. Akane uses to craft the kaiju. She models those
that's what
kaijus.
it is?
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought she was just like had a job opening boxes or something.
No.
I was hoping that,
Yeah.
I was hoping that's where the series was going. I was
She
hoping
makes
to
the
do it.
kaijus. That's fucking. How did she do that?
She has like she
has
has
cool
some
powers.
space invader kind of robot. Yeah, some kind of invader in the
Invader
computer.
Zim?
She's like yeah.
I love Invader Zim. Very good. I had a Girl backpack one time. Gave it to a
Invader
girl.
Zim.
In 7th grade. I was really into her. She would always smoke and huff paint. She's definitely not the type of person that my mom would want me to be around. But I'd walk home with my friend
my Christian
Jared.
boy.
I'd walk home with my friend Jared, and she lived across the street from his grandma. So we'd go to his grandma's house after school. We'd see her hanging out with her boyfriend, who was like a foot shorter than me and had like really, really long, ratty, like blonde hair. And I remember I was really like, really confident, like an absolute asshole. So like one time after he left, I went up to her and I was like, oh, "You should go out with me." And she said, "I have a boyfriend." I said, "But I'm better than him." And it was it was really awkward because I don't think she knew how to respond, and so it ended. But I gave her a Girl backpack from Hot Topic. That was my 7th grade year.
Yeah. I love Gridman.
And that's our opinion on Gridman.
Basically, yeah.
I mean,
okay.
if this was a hiding in public video, that would definitely be his opinion on the show.
Yeah.
Like he would have that with the freaking footage playing behind it. Great video hiding.
That story is too goofy. what
You need to make
message
it
can I
sadder.
possibly take out
Make
of
it
that?
sadder.
I can't. It's just funny.
Gritty.
Chiro used to be. I didn't get my
So
Girl
that's our thoughts
backpack.
on Gridman.
I want
I really
a
like the
girl
girl.
backpack, honestly. Okay.
I want to back that girl with my backpack.
It's pretty cool.
Okay, tell me, is anybody watching Radiant? Does anybody
I
know
am.
what this show is? What
I
is
like
this?
the character
I also
designs.
like the
Looks
character
very well
designs.
put together.
The
I'm not
old-
watching it though.
The old lady
It looks
in the
interesting on
behind,
outside.
like in the middle, in the top. Her character design is pretty interesting. Like she has one of her arms cut off, and it's just a stump, no like mecha hand or something, and she has like a big scythe, which she wields with just one hand. It looks pretty cool. It's by a French manga author. The guy's French, yeah. So it's like pretty interesting, you know, like better than Fairy Tail.
All right.
I do
No,
want to
it's got a
know why
6.6.
it's got this like 6.6 rating though. Like what's
No,
going
I
on
don't
with
know.
that?
People like just dropped it because I think the Fairy Tail fans are like, oh my god, competition? Nah. Pfft.
Yep.
What? I feel like you're just trying
It's
to
a
bring him into a
conspiracy.
fight. Like, do you want to talk about Fairy Tail? Stop bringing it up.
I don't know. Well, like rating.
I have
like,
heard people
it has
compare
been-
this to Fairy Tail though.
Yeah, it has the same magical elements. Like, the female character is pretty interesting. Like, if you want a sweet kudere kind of character and a tsundere kind of character, both in the same character, sure, she's that person because she has split personality disorder.
What? Ooh, that's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
2-in-1 waifu deal.
Yeah,
like just... God
Hard
damn
on the inside and also hard on the outside. You know what I mean? Wink,
it.
wink.
Okay.
Ulysses.
This
It's
looks
pretty well
This
animated.
looks really
you know.
funny.
So,
From what I saw in Manma's
oh,
videos,
Ulysses.
this looks really funny.
Yeah,
I want to watch this
it's
now.
pretty dumb.
But what is
Oh, is this the circus one?
No. Ulysses.
What is this one?
The John d'Arc one, in which terrible sword sounds.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
so good. I need to give this a watch.
It looked like some Fate spin-off, but I was like, oh my god, this shit is horrible. I couldn't keep up with what was going on. I was like, where's John d'Arc? Where's she? She wasn't there in the first episode. I was promised John d'Arc, but I didn't get John d'Arc.
You
Where's
got
John d'Arc?
Ulysses.
Phase Zero has more John d'Arc than John d'Arc there is in real life. Somebody get me John
Okay.
d'Arc.
I wish I could, but I haven't watched this at all. I don't know anything about it. Is anyone else? No.
No.
Yeah,
So I
first
feel like
episode
we're
was
getting. I
garbage.
feel like we're moving towards like the bottom of the barrel, where like no
What are
one's
you
watching
talking
anything.
about?
No,
This
There
we're
are a
moving
couple.
No,
we
there
got
are
three in a
some
row.
Good Urban, shut up. The Emoto sister.
Oh, what the double
one.
Emoto title?
Yes.
Yes,
Is anyone watching?
Emoto and Emoto.
Good. I watched. I
Is
think I
anyone
watched.
watching Emoto times
I
2?
watched like 12
When
minutes.
just one
of the
Emoto.
show.
Yeah, Jack, I got you to
It was
watch
pretty
it.
good.
When just one Emoto isn't
It's
enough.
the best show.
It was good.
She is my
So
sister.
what the hell is the premise of this?
No, it's really unfortunate. If this was given to a studio that had good production value, Gigak would be making a video on
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
that is true.
I think that's a good description of it.
That's all you have
What
to
I've
say, I
seen.
think.
It's made by the same studio that made Hajime no Gal.
Oh god.
yeah,
that's
that's the
why.
story
So-
behind it.
Yeah,
Okay.
So if you're wondering how bad the production quality is, it's worse than
yeah,
that.
it's incredible.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, it's really
Oh
bad.
my God.
It's really bad. God.
Like even the fan service is unenjoyable because it's horribly
Fan
drawn.
service is so yucky. I wanted to vomit.
Oh yeah, didn't you send like a picture of just like her butt is like has like a weird.
like super angular.
It's so
Yeah.
fucking weird, man.
Like deformed ass from like a war veteran
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Well,
He got his
just,
ass
it just
blown
made
off.
her look like
Ba-da-ba-ba.
it made her look like anorexic. It was just weird. I didn't like it.
He has scurvy.
Evan, are you watching this show? Or
Oh yeah, where's Evan?
God, no. Hell no.
All right.
Has anybody here ever heard of what is Kazagate?
It's Run with the
Kazagate?
Wind.
Yes, it's
Whoa.
the
I
running
like
show.
it. Yeah.
It's
I
the running
like
show.
it.
It's,
is it? What
it's
is it?
one
What
of the
is it?
best shows
Yeah.
of the season.
Yeah, it is. I watched the first
Yeah.
episodes. It's
I know a
good.
lot of people
It's
who've seen it, and
good.
pretty much
What?
everybody I know who's seen it thinks it's
It's
amazing.
really good.
Yeah.
It's like
Describe
It's
it.
about
Sell this
running.
to me.
It's like a running sports anime.
okay.
it's like
track.
it's like
or something,
Haikyuu.
or
Kinda like Haikyuu.
if they added a
No,
black
no, no.
guy.
It's basically marathon.
Okay.
Yeah, it has an African guy, African American, not just African guy who's not like yo, what's up, kind of thing.
Oh, you're saying that there's an anime where they don't have a completely stereotypically represented.
Yes.
Yes.
It's just a regular
There
person.
There are, but this guy's pretty refreshing.
Wow.
He's a pretty good student, and not like a like shopkeeper who beats people. Like there's.
Yeah.
And whenever I've seen any black person in anime, they are mostly like really muscular and can beat asses. And he's like, this guy's pretty like, oh, I like to study. He's like, yeah, that's pretty normal. That's how people are.
Whoa, meta! You're getting a
Sorry.
little in there.
That's
Sorry,
how
Evan.
people
This
are.
show's pretty good. I like the music's really good. Animation. It's pretty
Yeah.
nice. I like the character designs. I like they just stole the
Yeah.
art style from Haikyuu and others of its ilk. But
Yeah, the main character looks like Kageyama.
he does. He looks exactly like Kageyama. But
Kageyama just dropped
and he has like the
doing
same
volleyball in
personality.
middle school.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Guys, we're about to get into the.
Uzume.
best
Wait a
show.
second. Let me just talk about its ED. Wait. Let me just talk I just want to talk about the
Alright,
ED of Run with the Wind. The ED is like they really did a good job with the ED because the song is actually something you should be like you can listen to the ED while running. That's the mood the ED gives. So like whenever the show ends and the ED plays, like I really get the feeling that I really need to go run. That's why I just watch the show before I like hit the gym, so I get in the mood
I
for like a jog.
think I just skipped the ending, but
Yeah.
maybe I'll listen to it the next episode I
Oh.
watch.
I've also been told that like watching the show motivates people to exercise.
Yeah.
That's with a lot
That's
of
how
sports
much,
anime,
like,
I think.
Gets in.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah, Baki
mean,
the
I-
Grappler makes
Yes,
you want
Bucky
to like
the
snap people's
Grappler,
neck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to watch Baki. That looks like fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it's really good, like really fun to watch. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
say.
We
The
talk.
fights are
Well, that's what I
intense.
want out of
We
it.
talking Uzi. Uzi.
Yeah.
I think
Yep.
we're
Get
talking
to the
Uzi
mate.
Made.
Great show. It's funny.
Yes.
Everybody has opinion on that. Yeah.
It's funny. It's a funny show.
I definitely do.
It's funny.
Okay. Who So who hasn't seen it so far? Anyone hasn't seen it? I feel like we all have. What?
I haven't.
Evan, you made a video on it.
I'm kidding.
So hiding, you're in the dark on this one. Or you've
Well, I
heard
mean,
people
I've
talking
seen
about
enough clips.
it. Yeah.
I saw Evan's video, and I saw Kami's video,
I think
and I
Kami
saw
might have
everybody's
the best
reaction
video.
on
Kami's
Twitter.
video is
So that's
great. I like
basically the
Kami's
show,
video
right?
On it, so it's, yeah.
No offense to Evan, but I think Kami's
Not
video
gonna
is
mention
the
my
best one
video,
I've seen so far. Oh, you made a video on it. I forgot.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're in it, Urban, but it's okay. It's okay, Urban.
I'm in like a bunch of videos now.
All right. Okay. Uzi
I'm
Made's great.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so
pretty
here's the
awesome.
thing. What's happening in this is very not okay in many ways, but it is also hilarious, and the way they like lay out these scenes, it's I find myself laughing a lot. I
Watch
will
Kami
agree with
Master's
something.
video on it.
Yeah, I will agree with what Core said about the music and the sound.
the music sucks.
That they kind of overdo like certain like sound cues, and it's really annoying.
Like the Shining like theme, like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
The-
that's not the Shining. That's the Psycho theme.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, my bad.
Yeah, but yeah, they definitely play that a lot. It has
Yeah.
surprisingly good animation for what it is.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah, Doga Kobo does like
Doga
good
Kobo
stuff,
does a good job at making.
animating cute girls.
Like they just have like this fucking amazing shot in the first episode for like
Yeah,
no
where she
reason.
runs
She's
down
like
the
running
stairs.
down the stairs, and you have this camera like panning
I'm
around.
Emphasis
her
on the
time.
girl.
Yeah.
That's so
The
funny.
animation is pretty good.
Oh, okay, another thing is that they actually address the pedophile thing in the 5th episode. It has an actual pedophile in the 5th episode who gets arrested.
But isn't there an actual pedophile?
They're
definitely
in the
aware.
show? So.
They're definitely like aware of what this is, man.
Yeah.
It-
He's like,
Well, they have the
"Lu-
pedophiles in the
Luang
second
Oji-san."
episode too. When she makes the gaming account and all the pedophiles are messaging
Oh,
her.
Oh yeah, yes, yes.
She's like, wow, there's a lot of pedophiles on here.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, oh, well, let me find this little girl now. Oh, that's so funny. Fuck, dude. Yeah, not a show for everyone, but I think it's hilarious because I'm a degenerate and stuff. Anyone else have anything to say on it? Or nah?
Watch Kami Master's video. Don't
Yeah.
listen to us.
Uzamaid is pretty hot. She's muscular,
No.
and I like
Oh,
that.
okay. The maid, yes,
she's
sure.
waifu of the
I'm talking about the maid. Urban, what do you
Yes,
think?
yes, yes.
She,
Oh,
your dirty mind, Urban.
Oh, she's
I
got
was-
those abs.
She is
bro. What the
muscular. She can-
bro? Oh my
yeah.
gosh, she could kill me in like.
Man,
abs
she
for
can
days, though.
squeeze me to death
Bro,
if she wants.
she'd easily kill me. So easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
dude.
just grab my dick and snap it
So
in half.
let's stop talking about Uzumaid. Let's talk about the best show of the season, Conception.
It's talking about tits and dick. Meta.
Conception. This is the funniest.
Conception.
Conception,
the
her
most
concept.
Conception's the fucking.
This is the most
best.
baffling show I've seen. in a
Yeah.
I
while,
love
man.
Conception.
Such a good, just such a good show, so hilarious.
I
like,
should be watching it because I can easily make content out of this, but like I don't know.
no.
You shouldn't.
Evan,
The
you
real
think.
Evan Hours.
You think.
Ooh, Conception's like the.
The real Evanito hours are coming out
Ooh.
right now.
Bruh.
But
It's
yeah,
pretty cool.
like no one's talking about this show though.
Because
but
it sucks.
I don't think it'd be
Yeah.
worth it.
Sucks, but
No, it sucks.
Here's the
You
thing
have-
that's hilarious about it though. So like,
Hmm.
it starts out she's like pregnant, right? And
But
then
she's
they
like,
just
"I'm
get
not pregnant."
teleported to this world, and they're like, "Oh man, we're in the box. Oh no!" And they spawn a
box.
sword and they defeat a guy, and then they get out of the box, and they're like, "Oh, come with us here." And they're like, "We need you to save the world." And it's just like
Fuck
all this
her.
stuff that's happening. They're just like, okay. They're just
They're
gonna
not
walk
phased
around
at
and
all.
accept
It's like-
everything that's going on.
Yeah. Like, oh, okay.
And then for some reason she's not pregnant, and then they have to make her pregnant.
So you have to
again.
fuck
I don't
her.
know.
fuck her right at the
it's
pussy.
Yeah, they say. Yeah, they say.
Apparently based on a game or something.
Basically,
I finished
God.
2. I finished.
2.
So far, I've finished 2 blow pops I've finished the whole sucker, and I've chewed up the gum, and I've spat it out.
Man.
I only have one left.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's good to know.
Slay the
Heidi.
lollipop.
Speaking of suckers.
Yes. Slay the lollipop.
Speaking of suckers, I don't know what the next show is.
Vampires.
What is this?
So now
It's
in a
good
cute
transition. What is this?
Talking about suckers, you know who else sucks blood?
Oh, is
Zombie.
this like the... Yeah.
It's what, zombies?
Isn't it vampire?
That's zombies?
Vampire.
Or vampire?
Oh, so wait,
Vampire.
vampire, my bad. Vampire. Shit,
vampires?
Dare
fuck
you.
the segue.
Okay.
You fucking
Why does
racist.
this season have so many shows? What the heck? It keeps
Are we
going.
going through all of these?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I think we were gonna have to skip over some of these.
Yeah.
Has anyone watched
Hurry
this
the hell
one?
up.
Has anyone watched this one?
I watched the first episode. It's funny,
I'll
but
be
there
honest.
are better shows this season than this. Like, it's not bad, but there are just better shows.
Yeah.
What
I
will you
haven't
be
seen
honest about?
anything else on this list except Release the Spice.
Oh, fuck.
About Honda-san.
Really?
Let's go to Honda-san.
Yeah,
Honda-san's
really.
great. Watch it.
So we can at least say some stuff about Honda-san.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Release
we'll
the
get to
Spice and a
Honda-san.
couple other things.
Honda-san, episode 1 is great. Episode 2 it didn't make me laugh, so I cried and didn't watch it again.
Honda-san had the strongest first episode this season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I shat my pants when I laughed.
Oof.
Probably because I had diarrhea,
Okay.
dysentery, hiding, wink wink.
Yeah, dysentery.
Yeah.
I
So it's
liked,
funny and
I liked the first episode. It was good. I
low-key
liked
scary,
it.
scary
It made me
scenes.
realize that the Japanese people are indeed aware
Yeah.
of how
Of how we
disgusting
are.
and cancerous
We
our
are.
growth
And
of
they hate
anime
us.
lovers is over here at the other side of the globe.
I think
Yes.
it's like the funniest part of
It's
it
great.
all. It's so good.
Ore wa Sweden no Fujoshi desu. She is
I
basically
loved
PewDiePie.
all of the English.
Oh.
It added so
Yeah.
much
That
to
was the
it.
best part. It
Yes.
was great. Mm-hmm.
The art style itself is also like interesting. I like that it's very like papery, I guess. Like I don't know how to describe it any better, but it like fits its like what it's trying to do really well.
You mean
I like
Toei
that he's a
animation-ish?
skeleton for some reason.
For some reason. Yeah, it basically tries to represent how hollow the main character is from the inside, It's pretty deep if you think about it.
It is deep. It is deep. Yeah. It's the deepest show
You
of
have
the
a
season.
certain IQ.
I love can we talk about Deltarune now? I like that show.
This
Yeah.
is it.
Deltarune is probably best
It
anime of the
is.
season so
Deltarune's
far.
good.
I really
Might
liked
be.
it.
Lancer.
I really liked
Lancer's great.
it. Rousey. Rousey is an anagram for Azrael, and Deltarune is an anagram for Undertale.
Oh my
Ooh,
God,
blow your mind.
my
Donate
brain,
to me
oh
on
my-
Patreon.
Oh my god.
All right.
Totally not a
before
sequel.
before we just start talking about completely different shit, is there anybody that has any anime that they've been watching that we haven't talked about yet? That they wanna talk
Surune, Karakuri Circus,
Release the
Hinomaru Sumo.
Spice.
Yeah.
Dang.
about? What about Release the
Anima
Spice? Has
Yell.
anybody been watching that?
It's
I
a
got
spicy
four.
show.
I
There's,
got 4 shows.
there's a lot of girls in it, and they're pretty nice. I like it because like it's different. It's
Yeah, it's
about
different.
cops.
Yeah, it's just like
And,
Principal Princess
Yeah, I never
I'm
saw
different, dude.
But,
no,
like,
you're not.
you know-
with
Don't lie.
ninjas
I'm
instead of
different.
spies.
Hanging around
Like
in my mom's
ninja
ride. I'm
girls
Stop.
get their
different. Half
powers
of my
from
life
eating
gone by,
spices.
and I met all my friends online. Motherfucker, I'm different. I will run away from a brawl. I'm different. There's no voicemail. Nobody called. I'm different. Can't afford 8 balls, and I talk to myself on my Facebook wall.
Did somebody say Surene, by the way?
Yeah, I'm watching
Surune.
Surune.
What the hell is this? I don't know what this is.
It's
Kyoto.
Kyoto Animation's take on archery after,
Oh,
swimming
yeah,
to
I've
make
seen
men
clips.
gay. No,
Yeah.
like seriously, the first episode's ending, the guy who shows up, I'm like, oh my god, I think I'm gay. Like the guy, he's
Kyoto Animation
fucking
confuses you.
hot. Oh my god, like that dude.
Oh shit. Whoops. I just broke my
Man, I really love the atmosphere of. I really love the atmosphere in the show. It's really like open. You can feel the world. It's really like you can breathe it. That's the best way I think I can
Is it like
describe
4D?
it. It feels really
Like
open
4D? Like
yeah,
smell-
kind it gives yeah.
Smell-o-vision.
4D experience. Just hook up your nose to your computer.
That's cool.
Oh, no, the
Smell the
animation is
anime.
fucking awesome, man. Like probably the best animated show of the season. And
Oh
the
my
archery, it's really interesting. I really got to like learn a lot about archery from the show, like how they stand, the stances they take, and this method. And
Hiding's done.
Yeah, hiding. Are you done?
What?
Oh, he's there.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any other shows you've watched from the season, hiding? Around here?
No, I think I'm done. I think that's all the
Crazy
shows
Frog.
I've seen.
It's pretty good.
Uh,
I like that one.
yeah, Crazy Frog. I like the reboot. Unfortunately, they took away his little groin area, but
Fuck.
It's
it's
his
a good,
it's
it's
his
a good
front
book.
tail.
It's his cock.
Front
Yeah,
tail.
It's his cock.
No, it's his front tail.
Oh.
I still remember like looking at Crazy Frog when I was in third grade. I was like, that's his dick.
I loved Crazy Frog.
Yep.
I was like, yeah, I love.
Bing, bing,
I
bing,
can
bada,
see
bing,
that.
bing, bing,
That's
bada,
why
bing,
you
bing,
I
gotta-
bing,
loved
bing,
watching
bing,
his,
bing.
his little dick.
All right, you bunch of old people.
Okay, how many more do we have?
We have way too many. That's why I'm trying to only get on the ones we've seen.
Yeah.
We
We can end it at
the
that.
Sumo Show.
Yeah, I'm watching
Or-
Sumo Show. It's pretty good. Pretty nice
I know Man
sumo.
Mode had some good things to say about it.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like
It looks good. I want to give that a watch.
the-
I've heard good
the
things
ED
about the
makes my
manga.
pee hard. It's like
The ED.
really, yeah,
You have
like
ED?
really brawly men making grunting and panting sounds like, that's the ED, that's the ED.
Mm.
Okay.
Wait, Gonzo is making it? Oh my god, it's pretty consistent for them.
Mm. I have erectile dysfunction also.
Wow.
Alright, so we also got the Karakuri
Karakuri
Circus.
Circus. Yay.
Yeah, you can say it better than I can because I suck at
Yeah.
saying words in
Yeah,
Japanese
okay,
and stuff.
Evan. Yeah, the good shonen I was talking about. Yeah, this one. Yeah,
I know, I
watch
still haven't watched
this. Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, the main character's actually hot, not just because of her tits. Like Shirogane.
Yeah.
Athletic, flexible, and she knows how to fight for herself. You know, not like just depend on some keys dangling around her keychain. You know, thing like that.
Oh yeah, no. See, Luce's keys grant her the power to the celestial
Yes,
universe. you know.
of course, the keys to
And,
her
you know,
panties.
no, that has nothing.
Okay, no. On a serious note, Evan,
Wait,
I stop shitting. Like Karakuri Circus is actually the, like probably my favorite anime from this season, other than Bunny Girl Senpai, because it's pretty interesting. It actually has martial arts put into it, even though it's like over the top, but still has the martial arts aspect to it. The puppetry is basically like like alternate to stands in Jojo. And
So
like
it has like a weird episode count. It has like 36 episodes.
yeah, it has like
Apparently.
3 seasons, kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, I guess
I
that's
miss
not that
low
weird.
art.
So, I've literally not heard of most of these other ones.
I haven't seen anything
Bees
else
Above,
yet.
I don't know anything about. Double Decker, I don't know anything about. I have watched
Animael.
Animael. I thought that was cute
Yeah.
as shit, but the comedy gets a little annoying after a while. They
Oh,
repeat
it's
the same jokes,
adorable.
but
The show
it's
is
cute
adorable.
though. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's like one of the most wholesome anime coming out this whole season.
And they actually do coming out really good.
Yes, that's actually
Like-
what got me to check it out, even though it's not really a big part of the story.
It's just like
but yeah,
3
they-
seconds. Yeah,
They
she's
just
a
have, like,
girl.
a-
You're like, oh, pretty cool. Yeah, fuck her right, finger her right in the pussy.
Yeah, that's exactly how that scene goes. If you if you want to see a realistic coming out story, watch the whatever part of the 3rd or 4th episode that is. But,
Urban, it's not realistic. Try doing that in UAE. You'll get stoned to death,
the fuck
and
is
not in a
UAE?
good way.
What is UAE?
United Arabic Embassy.
Oh yeah, no. I
All
won't
right,
do that.
I gotta take a smoke break. I think.
I think
It's
we're
about
kind
to
of
end,
done.
yeah.
Unless
See you
there's
guys
anything
later.
else we need to look at.
Gotta. I think I need to.
I think we're kind of done though, honestly.
Yeah.
Is there anything else anybody wanted to talk about this season, or did we hit all the notes
I
already?
think we hit all the notes of the popular anime.
Yeah, popular. Anime.
I
What
wanted
the fuck is Devil Doll?
Devil
What is this
Doll.
shit?
Yeah.
It's got like a
Devil
4.9.
Ball?
No, Devil Doll.
Devil's Doll?
Sorry, your
Oh,
my
Debbie
Discord
doll.
crashed.
Okay,
Debbie
that's
doll.
CGI
I promise. That's
Like,
what happened.
atrocity.
Loading up right
Atrocity.
now.
Atrocity.
Trust shitty.
Yeah.
Looks like I
Alright.
disconnected.
I
It's
think
okay.
we could call it a
Ooh,
day
I'm back.
after
I'm
that.
back from the call.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I'm back in the
Hey.
call.
Hello.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey,
I
hiding.
think we're Dunskies with the anime.
You sure?
Honestly.
Okay.
Alright.
We're
Touched
moving
all the
on.
good ones.
Now we're
Or
moving
at
on
least the
to
topical ones.
food. Are we talking about
Yes.
Subscribe to Kamimashita on
Yes.
YouTube.
okay.
Please do. Actually.
KIMMASHITA. Also subscribe to Mudan TV. MUDAN
No space.
TV.
Subscribe. No. Subscribe.
Subscribe to Yoru. YORU.
Okay.
Subscribe to Kaligajigigi. CALIGI. And the last person who's on this podcast